What is up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be my Blu-ray DVD collection for 2020 Adventure Part 2. So last time we finished with the K's. So starting off with the L's, up first we have the Lady Snowblood films, the first one from 1973, terrific samurai films, Kaji Maiko. I also have the sequel, Lady Snowblood Love Song of Vengeance from 1974. I also have both these films on Criterion Collection. Picked those up last year. Up next we have The Last Samurai, fantastic film from 2003, one of my favorites of that year. Directed by Edward Zwick, starring Tom Cruise and Ken Watanabe. Love the music from that film, the battle scenes. Great story, I love that film. Up next we have The Last of the Mohicans from 1992. Great film directed by Michael Mann, starring Daniel Day-Lewis and Madeline Stowe. Up next we have Lawrence of Arabia from 1962. David Lean classic, of course, with Peter O'Toole. Yeah, fantastic film, one of the greatest films of all time. Up next we have Legionnaire from 1998. Yeah, underrated Jean-Claude Van Damme straight-to-video film that I like a lot. Yeah, really enjoyed this when I first saw it. Up next we have Life of Pi, really good Ang Lee film from 2012, I want to say. Great story, great visuals, terrific film. Up next we have The Man in the Iron Mask from 1998. Really fun cast, Leo DiCaprio, Jeremy Irons, John Malkovich, Gerard Depardieu, and Gabriel Byrne. Up next we have The Man Who Would Be King from 1975. Terrific film with Sean Connery, Michael Caine, and Christopher Plummer. Up next we have The Mark of Zorro from 1940 with Tyrone Power, Linda Darnell, and Basil Rathbone. Up next we have The Mask of Zorro from 1998 with Antonio Banderas, of course. Catherine Zeta-Jones, absolutely wonderful in this film. Anthony Hopkins. Really enjoyed the first one. The sequel, not as much, I think from 2005. Yeah, definitely not as good. The Legend of Zorro. Alright, up next we have Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World. Fantastic film from 2003. Peter Weir directed, collector's edition. Russell Crowe, of course, with Paul Bettany and Dominic Moynihan. Okay, up next we have The Messenger, the story of Joan of Arc, Luc Besson film from 1999 with Mila Jovovich, John Malkovich, Faye Dunaway, and Dustin Hoffman. It has its moments, this film, but not the best Joan of Arc film, that's for sure. Up next we have Moby Dick from 1956 with Gregory Peck. Up next we have Mongol, The Rise of Genghis Khan, terrific film from 2007, absolutely gorgeous looking movie, really great battle scenes in that one. Up next we have the Mummy franchise, the first one from 1999, really enjoyed this film with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. Yeah, I like the first one a lot. Then the sequel, The Mummy Returns from 2001 with The Rock. Arnold Vosloo, of course, plays the mummy in those films. And then the third one, probably the worst of the three modern mummy trilogy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor from I think 2008 with Jet Li. Alright, up next we have another mummy film, The Mummy from 2017 with Tom Cruise. Not great, Russell Crowe, but it has its moments as well, this film. Alright, up next we have Mutiny on the Bounty from 1935 with Charles Lawton and Clark Gable. Alright guys, moving on. Up next we have National Treasure from 2004, 2-disc collector's edition. yeah, I really enjoyed the first one with Nicolas Cage, Diane Kruger, Sean Bean as the villain, Justin Bother, John Voight. Yeah, I like the first National Treasure a lot. And I also got the sequel, National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets. Nice addition with Helen Mirren as Nick Cage's mother in those films. Alright, up next we have the Pirates movies. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl from 2003. Fantastic movie. Absolutely love the first Pirates film. 2-disc collector's edition. Johnny Depp, awesome as Captain Sparrow. Jeffrey Rush. Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley. Get that back in there. Alright. Okay, up next we have Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, the second one from 2006. Yeah, Bill Nighy as Davy Jones. At World's End, definitely one of my favorites in the franchise from 2007. Chow Yun-fat in this one. Love the action and the visuals in that, the music especially. Yeah, At World's End is probably my favorite of the franchise. Alright, up next with this lenticular 3D cover on Stranger Tides on Blu-ray from 2011. And finally, Dead Men Tell No Tales from 2000, what is it, 17 I think, or 18. Alright, up next we have Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time from 2010 with Jake Gyllenhaal, Ben Kingsley, and I believe Gemma Arterton. Yeah, based on the video game. It was alright, it wasn't great. Alright, up next we have Redcliffe, Part 1 and Part 2. Two films that John Woo made, 2008 and 2009. Absolutely fantastic movies. Tony Leung and Takeshi Kaneshiro. If you haven't seen these, I highly recommend them. Alright, up next we have The River Wild from 1994 with Meryl Streep and Kevin Bacon, David Strathairn. Up next we have Rob Roy from 1995, terrific Michael Caton Jones film with Liam Neeson, Jessica Lange, and Tim Roth, awesome as the villain in that one. Up next we have Robin and Marian, starting off my Robin Hood collection. Well, started with The Adventures of Robin Hood, but yeah, Robin and Marian from 1976 with Sean Connery, Audrey Hepburn, and Robert Shaw. Robin Hood from 2010, Ridley Scott's version with Russell Crowe and Cate Blanchett. Mark Strong as well, like that one a lot. Robin Hood Men in Tights from 1993, of course, with Carrie Elwes, who speaks with a proper English accent. Unlike Kevin Costner in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, but I absolutely love this film. Directed by Kevin Reynolds, Morgan Freeman, awesome. Christian Slater, the late great Alan Rickman is the Sheriff of Nottingham, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio. I love everything about this film, the music, the action scenes, the dialogue, the setting, the performances. Love that movie, and I just put it back in the wrong place. Alright, up next we have Romancing the Stone from 1984, special edition. Yeah, great fun film, directed by Robert Zemeckis, starring Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. And I also have the sequel, The Jewel of the Nile from 1985, co-starring Danny DeVito. Alright, up next we have Rundown from 2003, I believe. Yeah, really good Peter Berg film, starring The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, Sean William Scott, Rosario Dawson, and Christopher Walken, set in the Amazon jungle. Really fun movie, that one. Up next we have Sahara from 2005 with Matthew McConaughey, Stephen Zahn, and Penelope Cruz. Alright guys, up next we have Samurai Assassin from 1964, I believe. Yeah, really good samurai film with Toshiro Mifune. Up next we have the Mummy spin-off, The Scorpion King from 2002 with The Rock, of course, Michael Clark Duncan. Yeah, fun movie in parts. Not great, definitely, but I still enjoyed it. Up next we have The Seahawk from 1940. Good fun Errol Flynn film, co-starring Claude Rains. Alright, up next we have Season of the Witch from 2011, starring Nicolas Cage and Juan Perlman. Pretty decent from what I remember. Alright. Move up down here to the end here. Okay, we have Shogun Assassin from 1980. Trying to get it in the light, but I don't want that much glare. Yeah, terrific film. Great samurai movie. Alright, up next we have The Ten Commandments from 1956. Cecil B. DeMille's epic classic with Charlton Heston and Yul Brynner. Like my Ben-Hur edition, this one comes with the silent 1923 version of The Ten Commandments. Alright, up next we have The Three Musketeers from 1948. Starring Lana Turner, Gene Kelly, June Allison, Van Heflin, Angela Lansbury. Up next we have probably my favorite version of The Three Musketeers, the 1993 Disney version with Chris O'Donnell, Kiefer Sutherland, Oliver Platt, Tim Curry, Charlie Sheen, and Rebecca De Mornay. Absolutely love that movie too. Alright, up next we have this modern version of The Three Musketeers in 3D from 2011, I believe this came out, with Orlando Bloom. Yeah, interesting take on that classic story. Up next we have Tomb Raider, or Lara Croft Tomb Raider from 2001 with Angelina Jolie, of course. Did not care for the sequel that much, but yeah, this one's okay. Didn't grow up playing the video games, so I'm not really a Tomb Raider fan. But I did like the remake from 2018 with Alicia Vikander. Yeah, this was pretty good. A lot more violent than I was expecting. More violent than the Angelina Jolie versions, that's for sure. Alright, up next we have The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, fantastic film from 1948, starring Humphrey Bogart. Directed by John Huston, I believe. Co-stars Walter Huston. Absolutely brilliant film, one of the best of the 40s. Up next we have The Twilight Samurai from 2002, directed by Yoji Yamada. Sorry. Yeah, fantastic modern made samurai film. Up next we have The Vikings from 1958, starring Kirk Douglas, Tony Curtis, Ernest Borgnine, and Jeanette Lee. Up next we have my Troy Director's Cut box set. Great film from 2004, directed by Wolfgang Peterson. Absolutely love this film, one of my favorites of that decade. Brad Pitt, Eric Bana, Diane Kruger, Orlando Bloom. Fantastic movie. Alright, up next we have The Way Back from 2010 on Blu-ray. Yeah, really good film starring Ed Harris, Saoirse Ronan, Colin Farrell, and Jim Sturgis, about escaped convicts from a Russian gulag. Alright, up next we have The Wind and the Lion from 1975. Yeah, really good film starring Sean Connery, Candice Bergen, and John Huston. And last but not least, we have the 1964 classic Zulu, starring Michael Caine. So that is my adventure section, part 2. Up next will be animation, which I'll probably split into 2 videos, I think, because it's grown quite a bit in the last decade, or at least since I did these movies, or did these videos. So thank you for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see you.